Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend, Mr. Adrian Hernandez. How you doing, sir?
Let's go. Happy Saturday, Wednesday, whatever day we're on. But I'm excited. And why I'm even more excited, if you guys don't know, and make sure you're in the comments, make sure you go to Zuber's feed, you go to his Instagram, and everybody wish him a happy birthday. Because if you guys don't know, Zuber just had a big birthday. And I just want to say, before we get into the call, you're just an inspiration, man. Everything you do, not only do you make this world brighter, but you help so many other people. And I appreciate you. We wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for you, my friend. So thank you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, that's very nice to hear. And, when you do daily content for more than 1,000 days, you do it because you hope you're having a positive impact, right? There's a lot of people out in this world preaching fear, hate, scariness. And as we'll talk about in video number 3, you can go that way. In fact, I would tell you, if you're thinking short money, quick money, you should go that way. There are plenty of content creators on YouTube that preach so much fear every day. They get 50, 60,000 people consuming their content, just total nonsense. And it's fear-based and you get paid. I believe the world is far brighter than that. I believe, sure, there are scary times, good times never last, bad times never last. I believe the greatest opportunities to make a difference are in bad times, to be that flashlight, to talk about what is coming, to talk about opportunities, to help sellers of assets get out of bad situations. And, the best opportunity to build wealth is in a bad market. I just had my 50th birthday, which is a big milestone for me. It's a day that I had talked about. If you knew me at 35 or 40, I would tell you I was going to retire at 50. It was just one of those marks that you put out there. And if you know my story, I was lucky enough to be done at 45. So we got done early, but I spent all of Sunday, which was the day, kind of thinking back, right? Half the life gone, you're at the top of the hill, whatever you want to call it. And I have a goal of living 50 years past my physical body leaving, because I want to build a legacy. And there's a couple of things that I just feel like I want to share. First, I have no regrets. Right. There are obviously things in my life that I wish didn't happen, but I wouldn't be here today without the bad. Right. So take the bad with the good. I do wish if in the real estate world, I would have done one thing different. I wish I would have house hacked. I was 20 years old. I made 20 or 30 grand selling washers and dryers, which was good money for a 20-year-old. I could have done a 3.5% FHA house hack, right? A duplex, a quad. I would be worth millions of dollars more if I start my financial journey at 20 versus starting at 30. That's the only thing I, really got like, hey man, if I could do life over one more time, I would house hack at 20. That's the one thing. Other than that, getting married at 19, it is who I am today. I'm better for it. I did college wrong, right? I was the idiot going to class at 7:30, out by 10:30, at work by 12, worked till 9, did homework. I didn't party. I didn't do any of that stuff, but it was okay. Yeah. And then, I'm going to spend the next several decades helping millions of people be better. So
good.
So yeah, it was a big day.
And question, obviously we admire what you do. We admire what you've done. You've built a large real estate portfolio, and most people would have just called it a day. Yeah. So I got 2 questions for you. You being 50 years old now, right? A lot of people may look at that and go, Zuber, what are you doing? Why are you moving forward? So number 1, what pushes you to continue to do what you're doing every day? And number 2, well, let's ask that question first. What pushes you to do what you do? Why do you keep going?
I still have a fire, frankly, to do something, to contribute. The last 10 years of my sales career, I was leading teams either nationally or, for most of that time, worldwide, which meant my job when I carried a $100 million quota or even having a $1.2 billion quota, I couldn't get involved in individual deals or transactions. So my job was to create inspiration, to strive, to create game-changing things. That's addictive. When you can take dozens of people and help them make $1 million a year, that's addictive. And let me tell you, when you help people make that much, you make a little bit too. But really, it was that addiction. And then when I quit at 45, total spur of the moment, total out of nowhere, just a bad day, I was missing a big part of myself. I felt like a failure, Adrian. You're 45 years old. You never have to work a day in your life and you feel like a failure. That sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sucks. So I remember over a weekend realizing that either A, I was going to take a job Monday. I mean, it was literally 24 hours away from getting a job, not because I had to for money, but because I had to, or else I was going to be depressed. And then I found or had this idea of why don't I document one rental at a time? You know, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read it 30 times in a row, but it doesn't tell you how. So my initial vision for one rental at a time was, okay, and the book opens this way. Okay, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now what? Well, I tell you about 15-year journey through the crazy real estate market, the good and the bad, the ugly. And that journey, that month of writing, led to what we have now is courses in this channel and all that other stuff. Basically, I do this for 90 minutes to 2 hours a day. And I still have most of my day ahead of me to do whatever the hell I want. So I feel like I'm contributing still. So I'm going to keep doing this until I don't need that. And I don't know what that will be, 80, 85. I just have to contribute. I have to feel like I'm making a little bit of positive every day in people's lives. It's just addicting. I'm addicted to it. I love the comments. I have a vision board. I don't know if it's a vision board. I have a vision board like 5 feet from my fingers, documenting screenshots or selfies and comments on Instagram. And yes, folks, I'm it. If you send a text or a comment, I read it. I don't have this magical team. It's just me. So I print them. I put them on the board. Across from that are all my experts, which you're on, right? So I have my wall of experts or my wall of millionaires. I have my students and book reviews on this side. It's just a joy. So I'm doing it because I have fun, I guess.
That's so good. And, there's a saying, we're on this earth to leave something behind. And all these videos that you're doing, people are going to be watching them 20 years from now.
I hope so, man. I don't know if you know this, but, YouTube, for a lot of content creators that preach fear, they do it for the money.
Oh yeah. It's all, how many clicks can I get?
Yeah, they get paid.
Yeah.
I don't do any of that. I am lucky enough to be in a situation where I have spent personal money, $150,000 over the last 3 years in this channel. Why? Because I can, and because I am playing a different game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build something that lives 50 years after I'm dead and gone.
So good.
You don't do that preaching fear. You try to educate, inspire, document, get other millionaires such as yourself to tell their story, because you never know who clicks. One rental at a time is different.
Oh yeah.
It's not me. I have 9 millionaires that come back every week to talk about 3 topics.
So good.
Find your guy or find your gal, find your playlist, go deep. We have hundreds of hours of amazing individuals just like you every week. So again, I'm playing a different game. I actually added it up. Yeah, dude, 150 some thousand bucks I've put into this thing. It's crazy.
And what I love is you're doing it so selflessly. That's huge. So next question. And you may have answered it already, but I want to hear it in the form of a direct answer.
Awesome.
You've again built this beautiful channel. You've built this beautiful real estate portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
But what's next for Michael Zuber?
So for the longest time, so it's really weird, right? I have lived in a quota-based world since I was 13 years old. I either had monthly or quarterly numbers, and if I missed, I literally could be fired, right? Usually the story is you miss once, you get put on plan, and then you're fired the second time. So right. I've lived with that. It's just part of my DNA. So I know how to work. I know how to grind. I know how to do 1,000 days in a row. But what I suck at, and what you personally are helping me get better at, it's why I have a vision board next to all of my students' selfies because of you, is I need to have a big goal. Most of my life, I've had goals that are very achievable. Because again, like when you have a quarterly or a yearly number, it's got to be within the realm of possibilities, or it's not a goal, right? Because it's just not there. So that's how I've operated. And it's funny, you can go back on my playlist for 70 weeks in a row. I did goals, but we're very weekly oriented. Number of books, number of clicks, whatever, right? Just to show people that I believe in goals, and it's how I operate.
Right.
But because of you, and that's why you come back every week, I'm trying to think bigger. So one of the things that you helped me say out loud, which makes me totally uncomfortable, is I want to help 1 million people.
Yeah.
1 million people.
Yeah.
Right? Dude, let's be real. Mike Zuber, can't help 1 million people, but maybe I can help 20,000 or 50,000, and then they can help people, and then they can help people. And this spider web, this network that will become one rental at a time, assuming I'm consistent and daily and positive and speak the truth and admit when I'm wrong, it's going to be amazing. And my goal is to not only have this live 50 years after I'm dead, but to help 1 million people improve their financial future via buy and hold real estate. It's that simple.
That is so good. When I'm 50, I hope to be somewhat of the man, a close version of who you are, my friend.
I would tell you you're well on your way, and don't set that low bar. You need to raise your bar.
No, it's funny because when you say 1 million people, I in my mind see 1 million people around you on a stage, and there's 1 million people around you, and like, I don't know why, I just see it. I see it. And because you're so selfless in the way that you give, it's not about you, it's not about your ego, it's not about what can I get out of this, it's all about you. And the compound effect is going to be beautiful to see. It's already beautiful to see. Ty and I talk about it all the time. I'm like, dude, thank you, my friend.
Yeah. And again, something that we have to do. So I'm just going to spring this on you. You have to say yes, but I'll put it out this way anyway. So something, again, back to this selfless and keep giving. So I've started to do something called Saturday Deep Dives on Zoom, where I invite all of my students to come in on a specific topic. So we've done buy box, we've done 50, 40, 10, we've done cost seg, bonus depreciation. We just did house hacking roommates. Next week is house hacking units. I got to bring you on to talk mindset. I do it with just my students. Everybody asks questions. It's like a virtual mastermind. Yeah. And then I do it with my students for one reason. That way I know who's there. I don't get haters and trolls and all of that stuff. But what we do the next day is we put it out here on YouTube. It's either 60 or 90 minutes, depending on how much time we need. And everybody gets the opportunity to sit on the wall and be in a mastermind for free. So I'm going to need you to come on sometime in the next 6 to 8 weeks, one of these Saturdays, 9 a.m. Pacific. We're going to do a mastermind together to help people. So you up for that?
I'm in.
Okay.
Let's go.
Set that up. We'll set that
I don't
up.
have any river trips anytime soon, so let's do it.
There you go. All right, Adrian, thank you for that. I appreciate all the birthday wishes and whatnot. It's been outstanding.
Cheers to the next 50 years, my friend.
Yeah, at least the next 50 years. Thanks, buddy.